Here's something people don't like to admit. Some children aren't abused. They're not yelled at. They're not hit. They're simply ignored. And that kind of silence doesn't just hurt feelings. It quietly rewires the brain. An ignored child grows up learning one dangerous lesson: that their emotions don't matter. This is the psychology of an ignored child. As a child, being ignored doesn't look dramatic. There are no bruises, no screaming matches, no obvious trauma. It looks like parents who are always busy, a child who talks, and no one really listens. They share excitement and get silence. They show sadness and get dismissed. Over time, the child notices something painful. No one is emotionally present. Psychology calls this emotional neglect. And for a child's brain, this is deeply confusing because children don't understand neglect. They personalize it. They start thinking, something must be wrong with me. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I don't matter. Slowly, they stop expressing emotions, not because they don't feel, but because feeling seems useless. This is when the child becomes quiet, observant, emotionally cautious. They learn to survive without support, and the brain adapts to loneliness. Ignored children often become hyper-independent. They don't ask for help. They don't cry loudly. They don't complain. Adults might even praise them, calling them mature for their age. But this isn't maturity. It's emotional self-protection. Inside, there's a constant fear of being a burden, a fear of needing too much. Their nervous system learns one rule: don't need anyone, because needing people leads to disappointment. When the ignored child becomes a teenager, the damage becomes harder to hide. Some teens disappear emotionally. They stay quiet, stay invisible, stay numb. Others go the opposite direction. They crave attention, validation, approval. They chase it through friendships, relationships, and social media, because attention finally feels like oxygen, but never lasts. Emotionally, these teens feel lost. They don't understand their own feelings. No one ever taught them how. They feel lonely, even around people, strong on the outside, but exhausted inside. As adults, ignored children grow into people who want connection, but don't trust it. They love deeply, but fear abandonment. In relationships, they often overgive, accept the bare minimum, stay silent about their needs. And when things fall apart, they blame themselves. Deep down, they still believe, if I ask for too much, I'll be left. At work, they may be extremely capable, but unnoticed. They don't speak up. They don't take credit. And success never feels satisfying, because external success can't fix internal neglect. By midlife, ignored children often feel a quiet sadness, not loud regret, but a deep emptiness. They realize they spent decades being low maintenance, being strong, being convenient. Many struggle with loneliness in old age, not because no one is around, but because they never learned how to let people in. They were ignored when connection mattered most, and the body remembers that. But here's the truth. The ignored child isn't broken. They adapted. They survived. And awareness changes everything. Once you understand where the pain came from, you can begin to heal it. You can learn to express needs, to accept care, to finally feel seen, even if it's later than it should have been. If this story felt personal, you're not alone, and it was never your fault.